What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Karen learns the hard way that hot coffee becomes cold when you add too much cream. Starring Karen as my psycho customer and me, the friendly barista. Act 1, Scene 1, Starbucks, Tuesday at 9 a.m., 2005. Karen: I'd like a tall dark roast, please. For those not in the know, that means a strong coffee. Me: sure thing, Karen, that's $2, please. Karen pays, and I serve her the coffee. Karen goes to the cream station and puts cream in her coffee. Karen sips her coffee. Karen empties some of her drink into the trash to make room for more cream. Karen gets pissed off and returns to the cash register with a forced expression of anger on her face. My coffee is cold. Weird. I wonder if it has to do with all the cream you added. Edit. I get that this was a rude reply. She had, though, emptied nearly half her coffee and replaced that half with cold cream. I had thought I was being playful. Karen: How dare you speak to me that way? If your coffee hadn't been so strong, I never would have had to add so much cream in the first place. My apologies, Karen. How about I give you a cup of a lighter roast instead? Are you suggesting I can't handle my coffee? Not at all. I just think this flavor will be more to your liking. I'd be happy to offer you a small free sample so you can taste it first. No, just pour me another cup of the dark roast, but leave more room for cream. Sure thing, Karen. Karen exchanges her creamy disaster for a fresh cup of dark coffee with extra room for cream. Karen visits the cream station for a second time and adds some cream. Karen sips her coffee. Karen empties her drink into the garbage to make room for more cream. Karen returns to the cash register again. My coffee is cold again. When was this coffee brewed? Me, truthfully, 10 minutes ago. No wonder it's so cold, it's old coffee. Anyone in the coffee industry knows that 10-minute fresh coffee is still pretty hot. Are you sure you wouldn't want to try the other coffee? You won't have to add so much cream. If I wanted the other coffee, I would have asked for it. Is it so hard to serve a coffee that doesn't get cold every time you add cream? What if I served you a drink that's half coffee and half steamed milk? It sounds like that would be right up your alley. I don't drink milk, I only drink cream. Can I do steamed cream? Yes, you can. Normally it costs blank, but I'd be happy to give you one on the house this time. Wait, I'd normally have to pay for a coffee with cream? Steamed cream. It costs extra for the steamed milk and a little more extra for steamed cream. That's outrageous. No sane person would pay that. All I want is a cup of strong coffee that stays warm when I add cream to it. Try again. A third coffee. Yes. Are you sure this won't be a waste of coffee? I know how to drink coffee. If you hadn't screwed up the first two coffees, we wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have to tell you how to do your job. I pour Karen a third coffee. While Karen is failing again at achieving her desired taste, I serve another customer who asks me 1 or 2 questions about a drink that she's never heard of but would like to try. I make it for this other customer her desired experiment and she is satisfied. She leaves happily. Karen slams her third failed coffee on the counter, miraculously avoiding a giant mess to clean. Is that how long you take to serve all your customers? What? You spent 10 minutes making that girl's drink, but you can't even spend 1 second to get my drink right. Actually, I spent less than 2 minutes with that other customer. Okay, let's wrap it up now. Karen tries the normally expensive half cream, half coffee drink. Too creamy, she yells, so that other customers are eavesdropping now. I suggest one again, using milk instead of cream. Karen is furious and asks instead for a free expensive brownie to make up for the blood sugar I've caused her to expend. Starbucks, during 2005, could care less if it takes 10 tries to find the right drink, within reason, but free food is not gonna happen. My manager isn't even allowed to give away free food. I explain this to Karen and offer her a free drink voucher that we offer in case of customer emergencies. Karen presses for the free brownie, doesn't get it, and takes the free drink voucher, glaring at it like it's got germs on it. It's a miracle you stay in business when you treat your customers like crap all the time. And Karen leaves. Karen paid $2 for what turned out to be 3 wasted coffees, a wasted Breve Misto, the expensive one, and a wasted carton of cream. She walked away with a free drink coupon and was angry about it. Epilogue: the next day, Karen didn't recognize me. I said hi, but she didn't have a clue who I was. I'm like 98% sure she was acting. Karen. So you made the barista give you 3 separate drinks because they weren't good enough, and then demanded free food because this service sucks. Oh man. No, I'm not going to reimburse you the gas money you chose to spend. So I used to work at a well-known dollar store chain, and one night I was working at the register when this one lady and her young child come into the store and start to wander around. A few minutes later, while I'm helping other customers at the checkout, this lady comes straight up to me and interrupts me in my current customer's conversation, choosing beggar. Excuse me, where are the Roman candlesticks? I know you have them, I saw them the other day. I was confused as we didn't sell fireworks at this time of the year, but she then clarified she wanted candlesticks. She was quite rude and condescending in her tone, and while I smiled politely, I could already see she was going to have my head. Why? Because we didn't sell those. The other dollar store, different chain, across town I believe did, but I wasn't sure. What I did know is that I'd been working here for 5 months and I'd never seen them. I politely inform her that I didn't think we sold them, but she is welcome to look in our seasonal candles and home appliance section. The customer I was helping prior to her interruption looked mildly annoyed but remained silent. Choosing beggar. No, I've already looked there, I didn't see them. I need these candles and I want you to go look in the back now. I groaned in my head but kept my poker face and nodded to her. Okay ma'am, I will go and see if we have any as soon as I finish with my customer here. She sighed dramatically and tapped her foot while her kid held her hand and looked around the store bored. I finished up with my customer and walked to our back storage area to look for her candles. My coworker was on break for their lunch, so I was left alone in the store. She almost followed me into our back area and I had to stop her and point to the employees only sign on the double doors. She rolled her eyes and stood to wait. I looked at our home appliance storage and candles area. I already knew we didn't have what she wanted, but to do what she asked, I muddled around the back area for a bit. 2 minutes later, I came back out to her and let her know we didn't sell what she was looking for. We bantered back and forth for a few minutes and I told her she may find them at the other store across town. She sighed and groaned very loudly and glared at me. Well, can you at least pay for what it cost to get me here? I drove 15 minutes to get here and you owe me this for not having what I need and wasting my time. Your customer service sucks. I stared at her incredulously. You want me to reimburse your gas? Yes, now hurry up, it's getting late. I'll take $7 and leave now. She then held out her hand like an impudent child expecting a treat. I just stared and then shook my head, walking away from her. No, I'm not gonna do that. For one, it's against store policy, and two, you maybe should have called ahead to see if we had it. I apologize, ma'am, but that isn't going to happen. She got really pissed and started to yell at me, following me back up to the counter. I calmly explained that the store holds no responsibility for her making the decision to drive here and spend the money on her own volition. Eventually she left and dragged her kid with her. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, you don't have what I want? Well, now you have to pay for the gas that it took me to get here. Photo shoot fun. Personal experience with a choosing beggar. Never done an Instagram influencer that I know, or at least official at the time, wanted a photo shoot. Took pics for about an hour, edited everything they wanted, and presented the final prints. They grabbed them and said thanks and tried leaving. I held onto the pics and asked what they were doing. Apparently, it was a privilege for me to take photos of them and I should cherish the publicity I'll get soon. To which I wasn't having it. I refused to let them have the prints unless they pay up, otherwise I'm going to sell them myself. They freaked out and said I can't sell them because they didn't give permission and it's creepy and they are the owners of the pics. Furthermore, they wanted me to remove my watermark as it's distracting. I informed them that they signed an agreement paper that they would pay for the services, then the prints they wish to keep. All prints and photos are still my property for portfolio use. Any photos not purchased are subject to monetization. Any customer can checkmark a box stating that any or all photos, whether purchased or not, can be used for monetization. I explained there is no fine print, there is no trickery, it's literally 2 paragraphs explaining everything. All you have to do is checkmark a single box and sign the agreement, which they only signed and was done before the photo shoot even had an appointment date. Finally, I will not remove my watermark on my photo that I took with my camera for my business that shows my trademark. They threatened a lawsuit for being a pedo and illegally selling pics of them without their permission. I just smiled and said for them to do as they please. All I need to do is present the agreement paper they signed. They grabbed the agreement paper and tore it up and started laughing. I continued to smile. Confused look on their face at this point, I calmly informed them that this is why I have an agreement signing date and the photo shoot on a future date. It gives me time to prepare the studio for setup, make copies of the agreement for personal documentation, and send a copy to my lawyer and manager and make up any filters to use on the photos if needed. What you tore up was your copy, but don't worry, I can print you another copy. Lastly, you can claim anything you wish. The security cameras in my building and my camera being hooked up directly to my computer will easily show the entire photo shoot was headshots of a 28-year-old, and the camera was on a tripod that was pre-set up hours before the shoot. So it was impossible for any inappropriate pictures to have been taken without being caught. And honestly, I'm just not stupid, as this is a real threat to any photographer. Completely puzzled and filled with anger, they handed me their debit card and paid for all the pictures they wanted. Being a nice person, I asked if they wished to sign a written request for removal of monetization rights for their photos. They agreed and signed. Made copies in front of them with a big old grin, handed them their copies and said have a great day. They stormed out angrily, never seen them again thankfully. Yeah, nice try. Too bad there's copies of everything you signed and everything was already sent over to management. Maybe next time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.